The jungle was silent, except for the hum of distant insects. No stars pierced the green canopy above, only the faint glow of fireflies and the dying embers of a crash far too recent to forget. The ship had torn through the trees 2 nights ago, scattering alien metal like broken bones across the forest floor. Yerrick crouched behind a moss-covered trunk, eyes fixed on the wreckage ahead. Smoke curled faintly from the twisted hull, and amid the debris lay what he'd been tracking for hours, a motionless figure, slumped against a cracked cockpit panel. She was tall, easily a head above any human, and her skin shimmered faintly in the moonlight like polished obsidian streaked with silver veins. Her armor was battered but unmistakably foreign, humming faintly with dormant energy. A warrior, Yerrick guessed, though from where, he didn't care. What mattered was the spear. It leaned against the ruined hull beside her, taller than he was, its blade pulsing with faint blue light, like a heartbeat. Yerrick had seen it skewer a tree clean through when she crashed. Pure alien tech worth a fortune on the black markets. A single weapon like that could buy him passage off this miserable backwater planet forever. He stepped closer, silent as shadow. The woman didn't stir. Her breathing was shallow, slow, injured, maybe unconscious. He couldn't tell. All the better. His fingers brushed the shaft of the spear. The metal was warm, too warm, and thrummed beneath his touch like living flesh. For a moment, he hesitated, glancing at her face. She was striking even through blood and soot. Sharp cheekbones, pale silver hair matted against her temple, eyelids fluttering faintly as if caught in a dream. Jark's survival instinct screamed at him to hurry. He lifted the spear. The instant it left the ground, the hum became a shriek. Blue light erupted along the shaft, and the weapon jerked violently in his grip. Yerrick cursed and tightened his hold, but it was like wrestling a live animal. Sparks danced across his hands, burning his skin, and then the spear moved. Not by him. On its own, it spun in midair with a whip-crack sound, tearing free of his grasp and slamming butt first into his chest. The impact hurled him backward into the wreckage, knocking the air from his lungs. Before he could rise, the spear hovered over him, blade aimed squarely at his throat. The alien woman still hadn't woken. Yerrick froze, heart hammering. The spear's tip glowed brighter, heat radiating against his neck. One wrong move, and he'd be ash. Easy, he whispered hoarsely. I wasn't gonna. The weapon vibrated in response, almost like a growl. It pressed closer, nicking skin. Then, a low voice behind him. Why are you touching my weapon, human? Yerrick turned his head slowly. She was awake now, eyes open, luminous silver irises staring straight into him. Despite the dried blood at her temple, her gaze was steady, unervingly calm. Look, Yerrick stammered, raising his hands. I wasn't stealing. I was just, making sure you were alive. Her expression didn't change. You failed. The spear whirled back to her side in a blink, obeying an unspoken command. She stood, towering over him, armor plates shifting as if alive. Every movement radiated quiet lethality. You should have run when you saw me, she said, voice low and measured. Instead, you reach for what is mine. Hey, easy, Yerrick said, forcing a grin despite his pounding heart. You're hurt. I thought maybe I could help. You thought you could profit. He had no comeback for that. She stepped closer, and Yerrick finally got a good look at her injuries. Deep gashes along her arm, scorch plating across her chest. She should have been dead, or at least unable to stand, but something burned behind her eyes. You're not going to kill me, right? He ventured carefully. That depends, she murmured. Do you plan to try again? Yerrick swallowed. Not anymore. A tense silence hung between them, broken only by the faint hum of the spear. Finally, she lowered it, just slightly. What is your name, thief? Yerrick, he muttered. And you? She tilted her head. Names are earned among my kind, but you may call me Seraph. Right, Seraph. He gestured vaguely toward the wreckage. You, planning to fix this thing? Seraph glanced at the ruined ship, jaw tightening. There is nothing left to fix. My signal beacon is destroyed. My enemies will come before my people find me. Enemies? Yerrick echoed, already dreading the answer. She didn't respond, just scanned the tree lean, every muscle coiled. Then the distant rustle of branches confirmed it. Something was coming. The first shot seared past his ear. Yerrick dug behind a piece of hull plating as green plasma lit the night. Seraph moved like lightning, spear spinning in graceful arcs that deflected incoming fire. Each strike sent shockwaves through the air, the weapon's energy singing as it cut through attackers Yerrick could barely see. 3 figures emerged from the jungle, sleek, insectoid shapes with chitin armor and glowing red eyes. Hunters. Seraph didn't hesitate. She met them head on, her spear carving through armor like paper. Sparks and ichor flew as she moved, every thrust precise, every spin lethal. Yerrick could only gape, pinned between terror and awe, but there were too many. For every one she dropped, another appeared from the shadows. Yerrick spotted a fallen plasma pistol near the wreckage. Small, alien, and probably unstable. He grabbed it anyway. Hey! He shouted, drawing one hunter's attention. It turned toward him, and Serath's spear skewered from behind. Their eyes met briefly amid the chaos. You fight, she called. I steal and fight. Yerrick yelled back, firing wildly. Multitasking. Her lips twitched, almost a smile, before she whirled to face another foe. Minutes later, silence fell again. The clearing was littered with alien corpses and scorched earth. Smoke curled from the wreckage, mingling with the metallic tang of blood. Seraph leaned on her spear, breathing hard. Yerrick slumped beside her, arms trembling from adrenaline. Guess we're even, he panted. She regarded him quietly. Even? You tried to take my weapon. Yeah, well, he muttered, then I helped save your life. That's got to count for something. A long pause. Then, unexpectedly, she extended her hand. You are reckless, she said, but brave. Few humans would stand beside me in battle. Yerrick hesitated, then shook her hand. Her grip was firm, warm despite the alien armor. So now what? He asked. Seraph glanced toward the tree lean. More will come. If I am to survive, I must reach the mountains. There's a hidden sanctuary there. And me? Her silver eyes studied him, unreadable. You stole from me. You fought beside me. Perhaps you walk with me now. Yerrick blinked. That's not a no. She almost smiled again. Keep up, human. And with that, she turned toward the dark forest, spear glowing faintly at her side. Against every shred of his better judgment, Yerrick followed. Somewhere between thief and ally, something new had begun.